The Senzo Meyiwa murder trial has actually been fascinating to watch, especially those of us who don't quite understand how courtroom decorum works. It's the ongoing squabbles between defense attorneys and the judge. Tensions rising before the postponement this week as well, with Malesela Teffo getting reprimanded for allegedly failing to follow court procedures. Well, now the Legal Practice Council issuing a statement reminding practitioners to maintain decorum. But where is that line? Let's discuss courtroom etiquette. I'm joined by Eunice Masipa. Always good to have Eunice, Vice President of the Law Society of SA, on the channel. Eunice, good to have you back on ENCA. Help me understand, where is the decorum line in this? What is court etiquette versus making your point when you don't feel that you're being heard?
Thank you so much, Gareth, for having me. I think firstly, what we should most importantly note is the purpose of having a high-level decorum. You know, it is not just merely a superficial means of protecting the images of lawyers or judges. It is absolutely imperative in the administration of justice and also protecting the rule of law. So in getting a point across, we all know and we are taught from tertiary level in terms of criminal court procedure and civil procedure as to how we should conduct ourselves and the processes that we should abide by in terms of achieving a specified remedy or outcome.
So when we start seeing this tension, what appears to be between Teffo and the judge, in fact, the defense lawyers and the judge, is this quite unusual? Take me into the world of a lawyer. Is this quite unusual in court, or is it just because we have cameras in there we're not used to seeing it, or is this fairly normal to see this tension?
It is not normal at all. As legal practitioners, we should abide by a code of conduct, which is with the Legal Practice Council. So we are supposed to abide by court decorum. So what we have been seeing is not normal at all. It is not supposed to be happening. As legal practitioners, we also have to treat each other with respect, as and when we are addressing specific issues in court. So it has actually been very disappointing to seeing that all of this is playing on a world stage. It is not normal conduct at all within our courts.
So who is supposed to step in here? Because I would imagine if the judge over-reprimands an advocate, as we saw it was this week, I think, where the words "sit down" in court were used. If not the judge, who gets involved here to try and restore some semblance of order and decorum? Who needs to make that call?
We've got the Legal Practice Council. As I mentioned earlier, that we've got the Code of Conduct, and if as legal practitioners we don't abide by that, the Legal Practice Council can come in terms of disciplinary proceedings, because it is a form of misconduct. So if a conduct such as this happens, the Legal Practice Council can come in and take disciplinary action against the legal practitioner in question.
I might leave this as my last question and just help someone like me who's ignorant in how this could work. Is there a chance of a worst-case scenario where we could see this conduct leading to either of the attorneys, the defense attorneys, being removed from the case and or the judge having to recuse himself in this case? Because we're starting to get a sense that we're not actually getting anywhere with the case. We just seem to be fighting amongst each other. Could we see either one or both removed from a situation like this?
Well, with regards to the judge recusing themselves, then there would have to be the proper procedure in place where submissions will be taken and then a determination will be made whether the judge should recuse themselves. And with regards to the legal representation that the accused have, it is entirely up to the accused individuals if they want to continue with that particular representation. Because during the proceedings, it is very difficult for the judge to make a determination that this particular legal practitioner cannot continue. such can only be made at the end of the proceedings. But however, the accused individuals can step in to terminate mandate of that particular legal practitioner.
You just reminded me of something I wanted to ask. Maybe I will make this my very last question. Could we see a case where the judge asks the defense attorneys to leave the courtroom and leave the court case, remove them from the case? Can they do that?
That would be infringing on the right of the accused to have legal representation and representation of their choice. In this instance, then you would need to have the legal practice counsel to step in to deal with the conduct of such legal practitioners. As I state again, in this case, the accused individuals would then have to now exercise their discretion and their right to remove their legal practitioners and terminate their mandate. So for the judge to take that stance and remove the legal practitioner from court, we have not seen it, but there would need to be the necessary procedures followed in order for that to happen.